I'll explain my Ableton Live setup used to record this guitar loop with the Loop4Live pedalboard for Ableton Live. We'll see how I use Ableton Live and the pedalboard to launch and record loops, but also to activate DMX lights and change presets on my multi-effects. The purpose of this video is to share tips and hopefully give you some ideas for your performances. Let's get started. The drum track. I use the same drum clip for the entire song, which is duplicated on all scenes. The push 3 track. This track allows to record the push on track 2. The guitar input track, track in, with the monitoring mode set to in so that the guitar is always heard in the speakers, whether the track is armed or not. The monitor mode affects how the input signal is heard at the Ableton output. With monitoring off, you will never hear the track input. With auto monitoring, if the track is armed and there is no clip, you will hear the input. If there is a clip, only the clip will be heard, not the input. With monitoring set to in, the input will always be heard, but clips will never be heard. This track will be used as the input for 2 other tracks to record guitar loops, which we will look at later. The DMX lighting launch track. I use QLC plus software to create lighting that syncs with the music. A specific CC is indicated in a clip in the first scene to start the lighting sequence when the first scene of the set begins. The MIDI track for changing presets on the multi-effects unit. I use MIDI clips with a specific CC to change presets on my multi-effects. It depends on each multi-effects, but there are instructions in the manual for configuring the Line 6 Helix. The same principle applies to many multi-effects. Several tracks for creating guitar loops. With the track in guitar input track mentioned earlier, with monitoring in as the input. And finally, several tracks containing pre-recorded clips played in one shot, rather than in loop mode. Analysis of the scenes. Scenes, grid lines, are broken down as follows. Part 1, with the push in the intro. The first scene features a pre-recorded drum track and will allow to record the push on a clip and then 2 guitar loops. The second scene allows to record the second part of the song, which contains pre-recorded clips to add a little extra during the transitions between parts, and will accommodate 2 loops recorded on the guitar. I place an empty clip on the push track on scene number 2, so that I don't get the wrong track when recording the guitar later on. Indeed, I always start recording on the first available empty track, so that I don't have to think about it during sets. The final scene contains pre-recorded clips that end with follow actions and mark the end of the song. I have placed 2 tags in the scene names. The first tags, L4L4 and L4L5, are used to define the length of the loops recorded in the scenes where they are indicated and therefore the automatic stop of recording when the number of measures is reached. L4L4 indicates recording 4-measure loops, and L4L5 indicates recording 8-measure loops. You can stop recording before reaching the number of measures by pressing the button associated with that clip, which is what I do in the video. The tag L4L down fires next SC placed on the first 2 scenes. This tag allows to launch the next scene and position the cursor on it when you press the down button, scene descent, on the foot pedal. It is possible to use an external pedal for scene changes and launches to simplify the action and avoid having to think about which button to press when changing scenes. To use an external pedal, we indicate in the pedal configuration to use Note 34 for the Note External button number 1 parameter, either via the configuration file or via the configuration plugin. Here's a quick look at launching scenes with tags, pre-recorded clips, and follow action to finish the track. I will now show you the Ableton view created during looping with a fixed view of the pedalboard. As a reminder, the red rectangle corresponds to the 4 clips selected by the pedal. The fixed video shot of the pedalboard was filmed afterwards and was not filmed using the external foot switch as in the original video, but the principle remains the same with the scene down button to chain together the launch of scenes with the tag L4L downfires next SC.